You guys, yeah.
So what can you tell us about your character?
Can I tell you about my character?
A lot
Well-
of spoilers.
Yeah. Lots of spoilers. Let's get me fired. That's great. No, he's he's sharing his abode with all these people, and he's a lone wolf, and he's kind of like he's a really meticulous guy, and you know, he's a little bit uncomfortable, and we're seeing a bunch of different colors in his spectrum this year. But even within all of that, he has developed a lot of feelings for his people, and he's pragmatic and realizes that without them, you know, chances are slimmer. With them, we might have a winner.
Do you think your character, obviously he likes Abraham a lot, do you think he'll form a stronger bond with anyone else in the book?
I mean, yeah, the relationship with Abraham definitely evolves a lot in the second season. And between David and I, we were just talking about it over there. We kind of become like family, so kind of, I think it translates on screen. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of really interesting connections. I mean, even between F and Vasily, like there's a couple of moments where they understand this situation now. Everyone understands that we're all we got. So you know, the Annie's been put up a bit, and we all want everyone to survive. You know? But I don't know if that's possible. We'll soon find out.
The dry sense of humor that you bring to him is like one of the best things about the show.
Oh.
My wife says, tell Kevin I love Kevin Durand.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. Please tell her I love her too. And I'm really grateful for that, because I think if you had read the books, you know, he always had these journals where he would talk about how he was like, not quite like this, but he was like a flower flourishing within the apocalypse, because all of these skills, all this meticulous attention to detail, he knows everything about NYC, above ground and underground. He knows everything about how rats populate, how we kill them, and how he knows such an enormous amount of information that generally didn't come in handy, and now that everything is John absolutely the crap, he realizes that he has a true value in this apocalypse, and gives him a little bit more swag. Girls are paying a little bit more attention, you know, the type of woman that might not have paid attention back in the day, because he was a rat catcher, and as we saw in the first season, people were kind of talking down to him a lot of the time, and little did they know that he was actually like quite a scholarly fella, so yeah, he's stepping up. Yeah, he's feeling good.
Can you talk about the experience working with Guillermo?
I mean, you know, Guillermo has been having feverish nightmares about these monsters his entire life, and we get to be the benefactors of this world, this mythology that he has been developing for decades and decades, you know. So that's why it feels so full and so rich, and all I have to do is show up and grow a goatee and you know, say my lines. And so he makes it very easy, you know, and built a team around him that's just filled with a bunch of people that make it easy for us to do.
I love the relationship with his father that we saw
Yeah.
the first season. I thought that was really key to let us know what he was about and what the expectations were for him.
Yeah.
And then he decided to kind of be his own. That was really important.
Oh, cool. Yeah. It's interesting because you know, a lot of that kind of pours over, and this is tracking because you had a father that just really didn't respect what he was interested in, and just trying to drive him down a certain direction that I think part of it he was rebelling against him, but I don't know. I don't think that they ever saw eye to eye. Maybe when he was a young boy, but now he gets it. It's attractive, and I get to learn from an elder, a new mentor. It's a really nice touch.
Are there characters that you're going to get to interact with this season that you haven't gotten to interact with last season?
Yeah, later on, I don't know how much I could say about that actually. But what I can say is, the relationships, all the relationships were so fresh when you think of how many days, there was very few days that had passed by the end of the season, so all of the relationships kind of have stepped up a notch. Some people like a bunch of notches. Yeah, that's going to be interesting for everybody to see a lot of that stuff. It forces him to kind of open things up that maybe he never even knew he had, and it's exciting and it's uncomfortable. Yeah. Fun to play.
What about Dutch? There seems to be a little something going on there.
Yeah, I think it's the first time that he'd ever looked into a woman's eyes and saw his own reflection. So it throws him a little off, and it's both exciting and kind of terrifying for him. He's always kind of in control, and she's very strong and very fun to play.
Have you read all of the books? Do you know your character's fate, or did you want to know everything that's coming?
Well, you know what? I have read all the books, but I don't really feel any comfort in that, because I don't know if you've talked to Carlton yet. Have you talked to Carlton yet? So it's like, back in the day he said it's 72% fictional. Now other people are saying, oh, he says it's 81% fictional. What I mean fictional, I mean like a take off of the original skeleton of the book. Now we're adding a whole lot of different muscles and arteries and blood and skin and so even though the structure is similar, a lot of stuff changes within it. So that could be anything. Characters will come and go. Who knows who's going.
Use the books still as a basis for your character, or do you focus mostly on what's in the story?
Well, the books informed me a lot, because in the graphic novels he's very, very stoic, and in the books he was described as that as well, but it was in his journals that he talked about this flourishing. So because I don't have the journals, I thought I would just play the flourishing, which is way more fun, as opposed to being like, oh man, those vampires, gosh, this sucks, It's like, all right, these vampires, let's kill some of these motherfuckers. How do I kill these things? Oh, this is fun, He's having a good time.